हमारे दादा थे, पिता थे, सब कोलसा कर रहे थे। अभी हम भी कोलसा कर रहे हैं, हमारे बच्चे हैं जो वो भी कोलसा कर रहे हैं। मालदारी जो है, मेरी बात सुनो, किसी के पास 50 भैंसा है, किसी के पास 40 भैंसा है, ठीक है। उसमें धोने के लिए दूध वाली कितनी होती है?
4 से 5।
4-5 होती है, बराबर। घर में आदमी कितने होते हैं? 20।
कोलसा तो हम जन्म से कर रहे हैं, आजकल नहीं, कभी नुकसान नहीं हुआ हमारे को।
हमारे को जब बारिश होती है तो 3 महीने के लिए रोटी मिलती है भैंसों से। 8 महीना कुछ भी नहीं, फिर हम कोलसा बना के उसमें से खिलाते हैं भैंसों को।
भैंसों को माल को हम खिला दिए।
हमारे को माल नहीं खिलाता है।
Bunny at one point was the largest tropical grassland in Asia, but given the kind of attitudes towards grasslands, they're regarded as unproductive wastelands, and also given the location of Bunny right next to the run, at one point the forest department introduced Prosopis juliflora, this exotic tree from Central and South America, and planted it close to the run to, in their belief, check the ingress of the run into Bunny. And over time, Prosopis spread so much so that the local communities call it Gando Baul, the baul that has gone mad. They opened it up for Prosopis harvesting, and the local communities harvested Prosopis at a large scale and started making charcoal. But detecting that this was quite a profitable use of Prosopis, they then, I think realized that in introducing Prosopis, Bunny had successfully become a productive woodland. It was no longer this unproductive wasteland. And so they wanted to, set aside areas of Bunny as grasslands where they could bring in more productive grasses, in their opinion, and then grow this grass to harvest it to sell to the Maldharis.
But charcoal economy basically is, making charcoal from Prosopis juliflora and selling that into the markets, essentially the bricking and the tiling industry. And in some cases, the Indian Railways during the winter.
कोलसा है, गांडा बावर है, उसकी मजदूरी करते हैं और उसमें हमारा ट्रैक्टर है, 5-6 मजदूर अब जाते हैं और 10-15 कोली लोग हैं, वो इधर रहते हैं मजदूरी पे। वो भट्ठी बनाते हैं, उसको 60 रुपया 40 किलो का देते हैं, 40 किलो मजदूरी। तो हमारा भी चलता है, उनका भी चलता है। अगर चलता है तो पेट का रोटी खाने का बनता है। जब भी कोलसा 15 दिन बंद हो जाए ना, तो खाने का भी नहीं मिलता है।
The PEER project is trying to address is, is it even feasible now at this point in time in this transformed landscape to talk in terms of restoration, or has Prosopis come in and converted Bunny into a completely novel social ecological system? And so we're trying to address this in multiple ways. We're looking at the ecological impacts of Prosopis, what it's doing to the soil. Is it even possible to remove Prosopis and let grassland return? But also the human angle of Prosopis. How many people, how many communities have now come to depend on Prosopis?
कोलचे का काम तो अभी 7 साल हुआ, उधर से करते 7-8 साल हो उधर से। पहले हम साफ रखते, बीन बजाते, गांव के अंदर जा रहे थे मांगने के लिए, यही धंधा था हमारा। उधर साफ का ये धंधा बंद किए, कोई खेती बाड़ी का काम करते, कोई कोयला बनाते, सब ये धंधा मजदूरी करते।
We know that Prosopis technically doesn't belong in the landscape, but it is here. Has it outcompeted all of the native grass species or most of the native grass species? It has. Has it altered some of their herd compositions? Yes, it has. Has it impacted the milk economy? Yes. But if you also look at the number of dairies one realizes it hasn't directly impacted, but it has impacted a certain traditional way of life that is valued. When I first came to the landscape, the Maldhari identity was just so predominant, which is occupation based, Mal and Dhari. So anybody who is in possession of Mal is a Maldhari.
ऐसा है बहन, जो मालदारियों को तो बहुत नुकसान होगा। अगर झाड़ी नहीं हटी तो नुकसान मालदारियों को है, अगर हट गई तो मजदूरों को है।
झाड़ी हट जाएगा, ये झाड़ी हट जाएगा फिर तो ये आरा नर्मदा, फिर इधर खेती बाड़ी होगा, फिर माल वाले ये जो मालदारी ये कहाँ जाएगा।
आज मेरी देखो 50 भैंसें हैं और 50-50 में अगर कोई बीमारी आ गई तो चल गई, तो मैं खाली हो गया, तो मेरे पास माल। अब मैं 50 भैंसों लेने के लिए कहाँ जाऊँ, इतना पैसा कहाँ से लाऊँ मैं 50 भैंसों का 50 लाख रुपए लेके जाऊँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि पूरा मालदारियत है, पूरा मालदारियत भी नहीं, लेकिन है नस्लों से मालदारियत।
It's a very complicated social ecological system. It's not just an ecological system. So there's also the question of whether socio-economically we can now go back to the way Banni once was, because pastoralism is no longer the mainstay for people here. The charcoal economy has become almost as important, if not equally so, with a lot of people now coming to depend on it. So you know, it's sort of our the kind of question that we're trying to look at, whether both ecologically and socio-economically Banni perhaps has now become a novel socio-ecological system.
गांडा बावर हटा देंगे तो हम क्या खाएंगे, क्या मजूरी मिलेगी हमारे को। गांडा बावर है तो हम हैं, गांडा बावर नहीं तो हम गरीब लोग हैं नहीं।
Through sale of resin, resin from Prosopis juliflora as goond, or the pod, though harmful to the cows, the Kankaraj cattle of the Banni landscape, it is beneficial to the buffaloes of the landscape. So now you see people who are dependent on this. And now I have discovered that people make houses out of wood from Prosopis juliflora.
अपने गांव का और अपनी पंचायत का कुछ कर सकें, कुछ किसी से कह सकें कि हमको सरकार ने ये दे दिया है कि हमारी इतनी हद है, इसमें से कोई ना आ सके। तो अगर नफ़ा ना हो सके तो नुकसान भी ना करें हमें।
ये सूरज है ना मैडम, ये सूरज यहाँ से निकलता नहीं, यहाँ से निकलेगा तब खत्म नहीं होगा।
Am I in favor of invasive species being introduced to any landscape? No, not at all. But after it has come into the landscape, and a lot of us will ascribe our notions of right and wrong to a situation, but it is important to be in the landscape and break it down into its many elements, irrespective of how complicated it is. It is important for us to be objective. I mean, the data may say that Prosopis, ecological data may say Prosopis should be removed from the landscape. Socio-economic data may say it should not be removed from the landscape. But it is important for us to be that objective, to examine it from a case-to-case basis or on a case-to-case basis and see if change is indeed always negative or not. And for that, we need to keep our hearts and minds open. We cannot come in with our specific notions of how people ought to make their money. We cannot come in with our specific or judgmental notions of how people should survive. The reality is that, there are people who are surviving from charcoal, who are benefiting from it. So why not? Why not?